I'm gonna save it for last because I know you won't even have it. That's how confident I am.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Fighting talk. Let's Talk Oculus is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/playtestvr. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus episode 51. As always, I am joined by Samson. What is going on?
Hello, hello, hello. 51, 51. We made it.
We made it. We got past the 50 mark, so
Yeah.
now we're being established as a
Now it's like Thursday. We crossed the hump day. 50 being
right.
the hump day. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
We're in the second half of the week now of the top 100.
Yeah. We'll go with that. What's our Sunday then? Is that 100? Is that our 100?
Yeah, I guess. And
Sure.
and then it just shifts. Then it becomes it extrapolates out to 200. Then.
Right. There's a lot of big goals there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have quite a jam-packed show for you today, even though we're not going to talk about any news, which is quite funny. First of all, thanks to everyone for all the lovely messages.
It's summertime. There's not much news. Not much news.
It is summertime. Thanks to everyone with the lovely messages for celebrating our episode 50 last week. We got a ton of comments and a ton of mail in regards to either their top games or just praising the podcast and praising us. So really appreciate. We couldn't do it without you anyway. We'll be reading some of your top twos, top threes out as well later on in the show. Also, on last week's show, if you haven't listened to it, by the way, go back and listen to it. But the giveaway for it, the 14 games, is now closed. I will be messaging the winners sometime this week when I get around to it. But I'll be messaging on the platform that they commented, and then we'll go from there. And then the topic of the show is going to be something fun. So we're gonna play the CEO. We're gonna build our own VR company, and we're gonna compete with Meta. We're gonna compete with Pico, and we're gonna compete with each other. And we want you to vote who's gonna be the best. Is it gonna be Samson? Is it gonna be me? I don't know what the stakes are. I don't know if maybe
no stakes this time, just bragging rights, I guess this time.
Just bragging rights this time, but maybe later on, if we do something like this, we'll be, you have to wear like a brightly colored shirt or something funny.
Yeah.
But for now,
unless I win, then everybody gets a game. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, I see what you're doing there. We'll explain the game a little later on. But before we begin, if you're new here, welcome. We release every single Wednesday on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. I believe Dave in the Discord does have a rubbish podcast platform that he uses. You can also watch the video version on YouTube, and we also have a Discord. So that joke that I just said, that's an inside joke. So join our Discord. There's around 80 people in the Discord now.
Yeah,
a little bump.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much
getting,
80. Let me double check right now. Here we
we're getting some accurate numbers live on air right now.
Oh God. I've only ever looked on my phone. Hold on, it's much easier.
Oh, okay. Around 80.
Go on.
As Samsung continues, just to
77.
77. So yeah, close to 80. Yeah, we should do something when we hit 100. So join us in the Discord. Links are in the description. Because some of us watched Labyrinth the other day, which we'll talk about in a second, which was fun. And also we got a Patreon. If you really, really love us, you don't have to, but you can support the show at just $1. Yeah, $1. It's $1.50 Canadian.
You can do custom. You can do custom, yeah.
Apparently. You can do custom and do $300 as well. It's whatever. It's fine, You do whatever you want. All the links,
300, 3,000, whatever. Any of the threes.
Hey, that quest, everything's inflation. All the links are below. Actually, before we get into the show, just Samson, we obviously watched. First, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to everybody who listened to episode 49, where we did our first impressions of Walkabout. Because my God, we should have watched the movie before. I also had
it made a lot more sense.
Way more. I also had Nate, who's a Patreon for a long time now, and he messaged me on Twitter after the show went live, and he said, "Look, I've not even played the DLC, but I know you're missing so many references because you haven't played it. How did you not watch it?" But we got together. We got together with four. I think it was Kimberly, Dave, and Jenna, I believe. And then obviously me and Samson. We watched it in big screen. We had a great time. And oh my gosh, it was so weird because I was like, I am watching Walkabout. Are we playing golf? Like everything was like 1-to-1, and we missed the ball
Yeah,
there.
it really went in order of the course, and the bits that they skipped on the course were, as Jenna mentioned, were worth skipping.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess still no spoilers in case folks haven't played it yet, but yeah, it was pretty much 1-to-1, and the course made a bit more amazing sense, honestly. It's like
it
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 was.
made me appreciate it way more
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
exactly.
still an
Yeah,
amazing course even if you haven't watched it. But when you watch it, you realize how much work has been done to
yeah.
make it almost like a 1-to-1 scale of you're in the
Yeah,
world.
we wanted to give the viewers the the ability to take on to see what the course would be like if you hadn't seen the movie. It was
Right, right,
great. It was
right,
great. And then we wanted to see the movie and then
right.
give the extra impression.
Yeah, yeah.
So, we could do it
Both
both
sides.
ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted to give both perspectives
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that's exactly how we drew it up and how we wrote up
Yeah.
the script, to be honest. But no, you definitely appreciate it more. Obviously, you know the characters, you see what the characters are doing, and you're like, okay, that makes more sense. Also some of the holes where knowing which hole to go or which direction to go, it all makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Way better after you've seen the movie. But to be honest, I don't think it's that bad if you haven't seen the movie and you play
Yeah.
it first
It's still a
because
great course. It's
it's
still a
still a
great
great
course.
course. Yeah, it's still worth getting for sure. I still think it's one of the better courses on Walkabout. So yeah. Anyway, Walkabout is dope. And let's get on to the actual main part of the show. First, let's start with the listener comments and mail. We got obviously our top 10 game shout outs. I'm gonna start off with Dr. Hero in Discord. He named Tetris Effective as number one, Real VR Fishing as his number two. And is it Akron? Is that how you pronounce that game? Or
Honestly,
Akron?
not sure.
No, not sure. Which is
Not
very
sure.
interesting because all of his games are very relaxed. They're relaxed games, Tetris Effect, Real VR Fishing for sure. For the folks who don't know, Akron or Akron. I'm sorry, Dr. Hero, if you're listening to this. I'm butchering your favorite game. Just for the folks who don't know, because I didn't know what this game was until he explained it. But he says it's an asynchronous game where one person wears a headset and plays as a tree with giant hands. I feel stoned. And everyone else plays on their phone as squirrels. I feel super stoned. Who are trying to steal acorns from the tree while the tree is throwing things at them. The tree has no locomotion, so it has minimal risk for motion sickness, and their main action is grabbing and throwing. So it's very easy and intuitive to pick up for people unfamiliar with VR and does a good job at showing off the social aspects of it.
And I think it's up to 8 people can be on their phones playing as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had bought this game and I've yet to really be in a situation where I had enough people who like wanted to play it. But
Mm-hmm.
so glad to hear it's fun and a great like party experience.
Yeah, it's the sound. It sounds funny when you read it, but then actually it makes a lot of sense. And I feel like games like that would do well in VR because it allows just one headset and then people just
Yeah.
link up with their phones. It's a good idea. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, and just a shout out to Real VR Fishing. They have a new DLC, I believe it's a Japan DLC coming midway through August, I think, this month.
Yeah, around the corner
So
for sure.
yeah. Yeah, Steve, Patreon. Uh Steve says, congrats on the 50th episode. Your efforts here in creating the Discord make for a lot of fun and bringing people who like VR together. Steve's number one would have to be Half-Life Alex for PC VR.
Mm.
Taking from my list there.
100%.
Most immersive and intense and graphically amazing game out there. If you have a PC to
For
run
sure.
it, do so. I would also agree. I have not beat it, but I've definitely hopped into that one and shown a few Half-Life friends.
Just a quick one on that.
Half-Life
The
Alex.
the thing that blows me away the most of Half-Life, I've also not finished it because I got rid of the PC setup before I finished it, but just the intro just like when you see the whole cityscape, actually even dial back when you're just in the menu system where you just have to press yes. You look around, you're like, oh my gosh, the scale in that game is
For sure.
nothing I've seen before.
It is it's beautiful. Yeah. And you just like you pick up like a bottle and it's like a half full bottle of beer or whatever,
Hmm.
and you can see the liquid moving around and then you just
Yeah.
toss it and it shatters. And God, nothing's better in VR than just tossing random shit you find on the
Just
ground, honestly. I'm
just
not gonna lie.
tossing
Yeah.
bottles. Yeah.
Steve continues, Native Quest 2 would be Walkabout and After the Fall, as a great multiplayer game. And I'll say After the Fall also solid in the PC realm.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. After the Fall is actually, it's fun in Quest 2, but after you see what you're missing out on, it's kind of FOMO big time, because it's a bit different when you see all the zombies or whatever they call them in that just covered and there's blood everywhere. Where in the Quest
And
version,
everything stays. That's a
exactly,
real
in the
big
Quest
thing too.
version that happens, but then it just disappears, and it kind of, and it, plus you don't have a flashlight in the Quest version because everything's brightened up, and I feel like that is a big, as not a misplay, because I guess just that's just how they do, but it's definitely missing out on something like that because it makes it much more horror. I don't know what the
Right.
word is.
Yeah.
Horrifying. It makes it much more
And
scarier,
emphasize,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Emphasizes the darkness. Yeah.
Hmm. Kimberly, our Patreon, says great list. So many of these are in my library, just waiting to be played. Also, I love Chess Club
Amen.
VR, but I'm only a novice level. Oh, Kimberly, we need to play some chess. Hit us up on, or hit me up on Discord. We got to play some chess. Can't wait until they add chess school so I can start learning strategy for sure. She says that, so she corrected me on the podcast. She says they added a setting to speed up animations, which is really good because I haven't played it for a while, obviously, and that was super slow. But she says I don't use it because she still needs the animation time to plot my next move. Kimberly, I'm not that great at chess either. I just know how to play, so I have no strategy
Just
whatsoever.
moving. Yeah. It's just blitz.
I
Yeah.
feel
Boom, boom,
like,
boom, boom, boom.
yeah, just yeah, straight up, just the speed chess,
Yeah.
but not knowing, have a clue, just more of a pressure just to put this. But yeah, no, we should play definitely. But yeah, Chess Club VR is solid.
All right. German Rifter from the YouTube says, congrats on the 50th episode. Well, I don't have the time to regularly watch them. I try to catch up whenever I can, and I absolutely loved every episode I've seen. Big kudos to you. And here's the next 50 episodes. So thank you so much, German Rifter.
Definitely.
Solid top 10 lists. Loved Edge of Tomorrow and Kayak VR. He loved that. Edge of Tomorrow and Kayak VR were in there. And personally find it hard to list his favorite games because they simply changed so much over the last 7 years. But his personal top 5 that he enjoys most are: number 1, American Truck Simulator in VR. Holy smokes, 1,500 hours in that. Uh,
Wow.
I don't, gosh, I don't have 1,500 hours in any game. I don't think. Maybe like back in the day when I was in like grade school, I used to play Madden that much with one friend.
Yeah, for
But like,
sure. I did
but
the
my
same thing
God,
with FIFA. I must have put that many hours in. I
yeah.
know, according to my Switch, I've put, I believe, around 150 hours on or 100 hours or more or something. I can't remember what it says on Breath of the Wild for sure. Still not completed it, not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Still not completed the last well, the second to last one, but still put that much hours in, token to that game. But
But still,
1,500
that's
hours.
15 times that. It's yeah, it's
Um,
obscene.
he must have the full setup. I'm actually curious. I might have to ask him.
Mad respect, German Rifter.
Mm.
Number 2, Skyrim VR. I can just put in 1,500 hours in American Truck Simulator. I can only imagine when he's putting to Skyrim.
For sure.
Uh, number 3, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I have not heard of that one. I cannot speak to that one
I've
really.
heard of Hellblade. I've just not played it. Just not played it.
4, Ragnarok. Solid game. Love me some rhythm games, as
I
everybody
believe
knows.
I believe Kimberly is also, I think Ragnarok was her number one as well. I think she put a list in Discord. I forgot to grab it, but I'm pretty sure she put Ragnarok as number one.
Very solid. I have not hopped in a minute, but there's just so many. I actually did hop into Smash Drums recently, but yeah, I got to
Mm.
get back into Ragnarok. And number 5, Synth Riders, baby.
Big up synth riders. Love a good synth riders on the list. Awesome,
And that's
awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
that rounds out the top 5 for German.
Sweet, sweet. And then just honorable mentions from other people who just maybe put smaller comments in the YouTube. We had a walkabout, a Moss. Some person said puzzling places, and Alex, Pistol Whip, Alex again, Little Cities, Pistol Whip again. Trover Saves the Universe, which I
That
actually
was fun. I played that one.
I wasn't sure what game it was, and then I googled it and I realized it's the one with
Yeah,
the folks from Rick and Morty, and I
that
haven't I
shit
haven't
is.
played this.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, it's on Quest only as
Yeah.
well. I mean, you got to. It one's effing hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I've added it to my list today when I saw that comment because I can't believe I missed that one completely.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a Rick and Morty game on PC VR.
Yep.
Have you played that one?
Yeah, I've not beaten that one, nor I don't think I've beaten Trevor Saves the Universe, but I have played a few hours of Trevor Saves the
Hmm.
Universe. Like I gotten pretty far into that one, I think. Yeah,
Fair.
both very funny, but yeah, the fact that you can play Trover
On the Quest. Yeah.
on just the quest, yeah.
And then we had another one for Walkabout as well. So a couple miss Pistol Whips, couple like Pistol Whip, Alex, and Walkabout seem to be the one that I keep seeing the most or the most consistent in a list. But yeah, awesome. Thank you very much to everyone who commented, and thanks for the love once again.
I
Once again.
wonder if Alex will come to PSVR too.
Mm,
I do wonder.
that has
Hoping so.
been that
Yeah.
was in the news. I was looking at it actually. It wasn't really Quest news, so I didn't really put it in. But yeah, the people are wondering if it is gonna come because
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like a lot of those PC VR games should come to PlayStation. There's massive market there, and PlayStation are doing kind of doing the reverse. Well, not reverse, kind of going the other way, where there's a lot of their exclusive titles are starting to show up on PC. I mean, you've been playing Horizon recently, right?
Yeah, I think it's like I think the Horizon had like a 3-year exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
is what I read.
Yeah, it came out in
17.
2017,
Yeah.
I think, around, and it came out on PC VR, PC, sorry, not maybe even 2021. I can't remember it came out, but God of
Yeah.
War, I believe, is on there too. Spider-Man is coming out soon, if not just came out on PC as well. I don't know if The Last of Us is, but yeah, so they're starting to bring their titles. So I'm wondering if they can get some big PC VR games, man, that'd be great for people like me who don't have a PC VR and are planning to get a
PlayStation.
PSVR 2,
Yeah.
just because I want my PlayStation is a PC, so I'm like, I've got the PC right there technically, so play those games anyway. On like talking about more games, okay, this is a different type of game. Let's go into the topic of the show, okay? Building our own VR company. So let me lay down the rules. And if you're watching the video podcast, at the end, I will put like an image up with our exact specs and
Shout out
such.
to Kim.
Yeah. I'll put an image up, and also I'll put the image link in the show notes, so when you can go into there and you can see and go, okay, I'm going to vote for Dan. So the rules are, what we have to do is come up with 3 key hardware features for our headset. Okay, now the headset's going to be just like a $500 headset. All right, nothing on like a quantum PC or anything, just like a $500 headset, competing with like Meta and such. We have to name 3 key hardware features. 1 key feature for our controllers, if we have controllers, just putting like and we need to come up with 3 exclusive titles, and we're gonna do this in like an NFL draft kind of thing, where say Samson's gonna go, he's gonna pick a title. If he picks, say, Beat Saber, I can't pick Beat Saber, okay, for our 3 exclusive titles. We're kind of saying Samsung picks 3, I pick 3, then every other VR title is just on both platforms. And then finally, we're gonna have 1 key way we're gonna market it so it's better than each other's, essentially. All right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Did I say that correctly?
Hope so. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Okay, so let's start with
I feel like I'm back in college.
your business degree. Yeah, I mean, you were confident when I proposed this
Yeah.
topic
Well,
idea. You were very,
all
very
right. I
confident.
wouldn't. I mean, it was via Facebook Messenger.
It was.
Hard to read confidence. But
I read it as
in
confidence.
my business 101, we were assigned a company, and you were in like a group of like 4 or 5 people, and you
Hmm.
had to basically develop a business plan for like what to do with this company.
Yeah.
uh I think the semester before I took the course, it was like Netflix.
Hmm.
And people were like, yeah, go digital, or go digital. Is before they went really digital. And for my company, it was Tiffany's, like the jewelry
Hmm.
company. And I think my team's idea was like expanding into China. So we had to like figure out where to put the Chinese stores, and then figure out how much money they would get and how much this would increase, profits or whatever. So this just feels
The
this
back in
feels very
college.
it feels very similar to that, like business 101. Like, all right, you got a VR company, and you got to do something with them, expand that bottom line.
I kind of now, maybe we have to revisit this again another day, but I kind of wish we were in VR doing this in like big screen or something, and then having presentations and one of us go up and kind of go through.
We used to have
We could have
huge
really
freaking
formalized
PowerPoints.
this.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, we could have really formalized this, but at episode 51, where we don't have technology to do it in, well, we do, but I've not figured it out yet to do it in VR yet. We'll just go the talkative route. And then I'll just put stuff over the YouTube. Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is if Samson, if you want to start off with your 3 key hardware features for your headset, and then I'll do mine afterwards. What are your 3 key hardware features for your VR headset?
All right. All right. Number one. Uh, Depending how honestly you're going to be able, if you listen to friggin' Sadly as Bradley, you're going to know what I'm talking about here and be like, oh, this is, you're just stealing this right from him. But micro OLED lenses.
Hmm.
Now, the original Quest had
Correct. Yeah, OLED
lenses,
panels. Yeah.
and yep. And there, for those who don't know, it's just an emphasis on dark blacks and bright lights. Basically, an OLED lens, you can completely shut off the pixels, as opposed to on an LCD, it's always like backlit. So it's better for your horror games, it's better for your movies,
Hmm.
etc. Uh, and ideally, with the micro OLED lenses, you remove the screen door effect. So,
Yeah.
number one,
Better for your
micro OLED.
battery too. For OLED, it's better for your
There,
battery because it can shut off those pixels as well.
damn, I didn't
So
even know that. Look at you selling
okay,
my product.
yeah, yeah. We should team up. We should just team up instead for the ideas together.
um, Next up, should I keep going, or did you want
Yeah,
to
yeah. You
do
you
one
name
more?
your three. You
Okay.
name your three.
Wide FOV, 200 degrees. We're thinking something along the lines of the oh god, what's the Pimax, something like that, 200
Yeah.
degrees. And with something that large,
Yep.
you're going to need foveated rendering, which means you need eye tracking. So basically, because it's so wide and the
Hmm.
screen is so large, you can't have everything in focus at the same time. It would just take too much processing. So wherever you look, it will render more clearly.
More
Um,
pixels. Yeah, you're doing
yeah,
well.
yeah.
You're gonna
Thank
be the
you.
next Sadly as Bradley here.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, exactly. Um, but basically, so you're able to have a wider degree of FOV, but still this is a smaller amount of processing power is used.
Hmm.
Um,
Now, did you say 200 degrees?
yeah, that's what I said.
Now you do know the Quest 2 is 90.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 200 degrees is wider than you can even see. Like I think the human eye is like, I don't, honestly, I don't know, but it's probably a buck
Were
80. I
you
don't
trying
know.
to just you throw a good fact there and then
Yeah, yeah. No, honestly, what I did was I was like, how wide can these go? And then I seen the Pimax at 200 degrees. So I was like, all right, let's just throw out 200 degrees.
gosh, the Pimax is 200 degrees. Damn it.
Like the 12K one.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The 200.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, 12K QLED,
Yeah.
200 degrees. Okay, very
So
good. Very good.
I was like, if there's a headset that can do it, you know what, my
Yeah,
headset
yeah.
can
No,
do it.
no. I
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't state this, but I think it was just given that we were gonna go for realistic, something that's maybe out there already,
Yeah.
numbers.
Exactly. Yeah.
I,
It's like it's vaguely realistic. It's
yeah.
not
I'm not gonna
necessarily
say
able to.
it's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's the size of these glasses that I'm holding here, my spectacles. But yeah. Okay, fair enough. So we have micro LED lenses, and then we have 200-degree field of view.
Yep.
Very good.
And the last one isn't really very specific, but it's just a balanced weight. So,
Mhm.
like how you've got, if you say had the elite strap or something like this, where you've got some weight in the back, some weight in the front, and it's balanced and it's easy and simple to take on and off, as easy as sunglasses.
Wow. Okay. Now, is that the stock head strap? Or you're making some budget cuts here and just putting you on the spot here.
Yes.
Yes. Stock head strap. Wow, $4.99, 200-degree freedom OLED. Okay, cool. No, I mean,
This is
who knows?
pre-inflation $4.99.
This might be the 2030 headset that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't state the year. I just stated
I
technologies that are real, but not the
Yeah,
year.
I figured at least this would be, next gen for sure.
To be honest, I feel like that could be maybe not next gen, but the gen afterwards for sure.
Yeah.
For like a $500 price point for sure.
Yeah.
So a balanced headset.
Yeah. I don't really know exactly how it would go on and off, but something like where you can just like it's just easy and simple to put on and off, where you're not like fumbling with this friggin' Oculus
Mhm,
head strap where you're like, oh, I gotta
mhm.
tighten it, gotta loosen it a little bit. You're like my honestly, like my friggin' Halo strap just goes doot
Yeah.
doot 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 on, like freaking
I'm not
easy.
gonna lie. As some, I know not everyone is a fan of the Elite strap, but that is the Elite strap to me, where it's just on, twist, done. On or off, on off. It's not the most comfortable. Like definitely, I've tried the Halo strap in a PlayStation VR before, and that's probably the most comfortable strap I've used. But the Elite strap's pretty good, and I think I haven't had issues with the when I got it replaced. So, you know. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
the only issue with the elite strap I have is it just keeps the pressure on your
It's
face
yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to relieving pressure on my forehead.
Agreed.
But I get that the Halo isn't for everybody. Yeah.
When we were watching Labyrinth in big screen, I did realize that a little bit more because I was just sat on my bed just watching it, and I was like, yeah, this is a little front end. It was still fine. I managed to get through because I'm used to it now, but still, there's better ways out there. There's
Yeah.
better ways. Okay, so just to quickly sum up, so obviously the listeners can understand. Obviously, the video watchers, I would put your specs up on screen right now. So we have micro LED lenses, 200-degree FOV, and balanced a balanced head strap essentially.
Yep.
Comes in the box. I also want you to send me like a little drawing of your headset, by the way, so I can put it on the video version. I think that'd be very funny.
I'm gonna ask
Just a
somebody
quick,
to
just a
Discord to
quick.
friggin'
No, just
3D
no,
print it.
just a quick doodle. Just send it over to me. Um,
Bro,
I
I
think
send you a friggin' doodle, you'll be like, what the fuck is
that's
this?
exactly what I want. I think it'd be
Yeah.
hilarious. I'll do a doodle too. I think it'd be so funny.
Microsoft Paint.
Exactly. Or just hand drawn and just taking a picture of. And that's your headset. I actually want that. Actually, yeah, give me that. Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Okay. All right. So my three key hardware features for my headset. The first one is a magnetic interchangeable head strap.
Nice.
Magnetic head, and I don't know what the company is, but I saw this on Twitter the other day actually.
Yeah, from
Where
Heaney, I think.
is it? Heaney? I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest.
David Heaney.
Um,
They went to a Dave and Buster's, I think,
mhm,
and from Upload VR, David Heaney, I believe.
yeah.
And yeah, I seen a picture of him sitting there, and they had something on their head, but then the face, like the VR headset part, just snapped off and
Mhm,
snapped on.
yeah.
Well, we'll put a link or so you'll get on that. Yeah, I'll
If
find
I
it for you.
sure, just send me that messenger. Yeah, so the whole idea of this is magnetic interchangeable head strap is because head straps, you need them for different things. All right. Now you look at the elite head strap. I sat there watching Labyrinth and the back of it, because it's so bulky, I couldn't put my head back. Maybe you want to put on the movie night head strap, which is very comfortable at the back. You know, you could wear your headset for hours. Maybe not the best for moving your head around, but it's great for that purpose. And then maybe you want the fitness head strap, the one that's super, super, super light. Okay. You just snap your headset on. Super light, super breathable. Okay. Maybe not the best for longer play sessions, like something like Demio. Oh, you need a Demio head strap? No worries. We have a battery infused head strap. So that could be an accessory idea, which was not part of the rules, but I'm just saying you could expand that big time.
I like it. Yeah,
expand that big time. And the head strap doesn't really have nothing in, apart from like the battery one could have the battery inside, but all it is just snaps your front of the. Hey, you could go even further. You take this to the Steam Deckard version and go, you can have a head strap which has processing power, which boosts your Quest. So you can play certain games like Half-Life, something like that. You could, there's so much possibilities, but the key feature here is the magnetic interchangeable head strap.
I've sent it to you now on Facebook Messenger, by the way.
Excellent. That'll be linked in the description. Number 2 is for my glasses wearers or contact wearers, vision correction. I think I also saw this on the Steam Deckard. No. I saw it on the HTC. What's the glasses that look like an alien? I forgot what they're called. The ones that you
can. The Vive Flow.
Vive Flow, that's it. Where you can change. You can basically do vision corrections. So you can change the lenses to say -2, -3, -4, whatever. So you can change it to what your actual eyesight is. I know the options that you can buy an additional $90 little $90 whatever you call them lenses,
the
VR lenses
or whatever,
or the Wave. But the thing is, what if you're passing the headset to someone else and then they gotta clip those out, and they're not easy to clip out. You feel like you're gonna break them each time. I've actually already broken one pair already, so you can adjust them and you can give them to someone else. Maybe someone else has a different prescription to you. Oh, don't worry, let me change it.
Vision, that's a good one. I don't even think of the vision impaired because I'm blessed.
You got beautiful eyes.
I don't need anything eyes to help me see.
Those eyes sparkle.
Yeah, I can't smell vision for shit, and I am a bit hard of hearing, but I can see.
It should have been your headset feature, a smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision.
That's too far down the line in the future.
Yeah, too far. And then the final one is just simply airflow. I say airflow. Reason why is that when I'm in a stupidly humid room like I am right now in, what was it, almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit, that I said the other day, it still is at that point. We got a heat wave here in Vancouver. It's not as bad as London, which is getting even worse, but airflow in the headset is key. I was playing Walkabout with a bunch of people in the Discord and yourself, of course, the other day, and my face was just caked. And it's not even like sweaty, it was just caked.
I do love the VR cover for the fitness one. I'm showing it now on the YouTube channel if you're there. Yeah, and it's got nice vents. And honestly, nice. I thought they were kind of BS, but I do notice a difference when I use this or this, like the.
I didn't even realize that the VR cover one had like the vents there.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know what it's like without the vents then. Jesus Christ. I'm comparing this with those type of vents. But we want something, I think, is it Bobo VR has like some sort of airflow?
Yeah, they got a fan. I've seen that. Yeah, I think
I don't know how
or somebody did a video with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Problem is it adds weight. It adds weight. If I can remember correctly, they were like, "Oh, I kind of like it. I noticed I noticed something, but they did notice like the weight as well."
Well, I feel like, and I'm just speaking from just looking at it, but I feel like obviously the weight's all at the top, right? Where if you integrate airflow into the headset, you can spread that weight across the whole headset, so it doesn't feel like it's heavier. even though it kind of is, but because it's separated, it's spread out across the whole headset. So yeah, those are and that's going to be great for the hot days. I don't even feel like playing VR. I've only played with you guys because it's just too hot. And it'd be good for your fitness. It'd be good for your fitness, having airflow through there. Yeah, a lot of good ideas coming from airflow as well. So yeah, so 3 key hardware features: magnetic interchangeable head strap, vision correction, and airflow. And I will put my doodle up on screen so you can see my doodle of what it kind of looks like. Man, I remember, you've gone to business school. I went to engineering school, mechanical engineering
and here
school.
we are.
Yeah. Here we are, just like putting the degrees together finally and using them. We knew you would need those degrees one day. All those like student loans.
I feel like it's like the Kanye song where he talks about like sleeping on the street with all the degrees. Like
the skit.
I'm cold, but I got all these degrees to keep me warm.
I've got 9 degrees, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. That's the Kanye skit on late registration. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so they're the 3 key hardware features for both of our headsets. Now over to you, Samson, where I want you to name 1 key feature for your controllers if you have controllers.
Oh, I've got controllers because this is a freaking gaming device. Honestly, I'm gonna combine these into 1, even though they're probably 2.
Okay, but, I'll allow it. We'll see what the audience says, if they allow it or dock points,
Yeah. So similar to how the PSVR 2 are coming out with like haptics, and how the PlayStation 5 controllers got the haptics. Yeah. Just haptic feedback there,
for sure,
with individual finger tracking,
so
that you can finally put a ring on it.
Wait, hold on. Apart from like maybe an upcoming Lord of the Rings game, what game would you need to put a ring on it?
You're gonna have to wait till my 1 key marketing.
Whoa. Okay, spoilers. We'll keep that under wraps. Okay, cool. So you've got haptic feedback.
Yeah.
And okay, so we'll do 2 key features because I feel like they are 2 individual. So 2 key features. One's haptic feedback, and the other is the finger tracking, like full finger tracking.
Yes, sir.
And this is finger tracking while holding the controllers, or just like
yeah.
Finger tracking on
the controller. I was playing when we were in big screen. I was having so much trouble giving thumbs up. So much trouble.
You just do this?
Yeah, but for some reason it wasn't reading anywhere where my thumb was. So like, at the end, like, I don't know, an hour or whatever later, it was like finally like I'd moved enough, and it was like, oh yeah, I see your thumb now. But my God, I was just like, all I could do was make a fist and point. I was like, I feel so incapacitated.
Just put a finger in the air, just 1 finger.
Yeah, for the other thumb.
Yeah. Put the hands together.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So haptic feedback and finger tracking on controllers. Wow. Okay, so we switched up the rules. We've now got 2 key features for controllers. Okay, so I'll just improvise here. But my first one then is definitely I am gonna have force feedback gloves. That is what my actual controllers are. There are no solid plastic controllers. They are gloves. And I'm not talking like an actual like glove that you'd wear. What you'd think of a glove. Something that you'd put on. You need different sizes. Does the glove fit? No. Okay, maybe a different one,
Is this OJ's glove? I don't know.
Who knows, I'm talking that the gloves are designed in a way with like some Velcro or whatever that you can adjust it. You can adjust it for any hand. Okay. They're not like a full-on glove that fits the whole hand, because I feel like that will get hot. It'll be like some straps or something that will cover your fingertips, but will also like wrap around the hand. Okay, does that make sense? Something that wraps around the hand but covers the fingertips.
You're gonna need to draw that and put it.
Yeah. Okay, you draw your controllers. I'll draw my gloves.
I've got more confidence in mine this one.
I can't draw to save my life.
Because hands are the worst thing. Are one of the hardest things to draw.
I'll just draw over my own hand. That's the only way I feel like I can make that work. um Yeah, okay, so force feedback gloves. But the cool thing about these force feedback gloves, right? Because they have haptic feedback all in your fingertips and such, when you're playing unplugged, it feels like you're getting some feedback off the strings. When you're playing the Climb 2, for example, it feels like you're actually climbing and such. The cool thing is like games like, say, Medal of Honor, Pistol Whip, games that require, say, like guns. Obviously, holding some midair is not holding the controllers is actually not too bad, but holding like mid-air fists or something doesn't make sense. So if you had like an accessory, like a Pro Tube or something like that, or pistol whip guns, when you wrap your hand around that, the gloves are so clever that it's gonna know that you're holding something like a gun and it's gonna mimic that in game. I don't know if that exists, but
Yeah. Yeah. Keeping in this price range, I don't know about your gloves, but I
the
like
the
it. Go
$4.99
on.
price range, yeah. Yeah. Doesn't the Quest 2 cost $4.99? That's fair. One version does anyway. And then the second one, thinking out loud. Okay, considering my gloves are the actual controllers, there are no actual physical, plastic controllers. I'm gonna have the feature. I don't know what it's called, which is really annoying me, but Meta showed off the feature where you can type and navigate the UI using like more of your brain. Essentially, there's like a wrist. It's
Yep,
like
yep, yep. Oh,
it
the
goes
wrist
around
one.
the
Okay.
wrist. You know what I mean?
I've yeah, I think it's like some sort of wrist strap. I've seen also like one that reads your head, like VR Oasis did one that goes
Oh,
on
the
your
one
head.
that's yeah,
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 yeah. No, it's like it's not a wrist brace, but it's like a wristband essentially
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to type and to
It
navigate
it
the UI and
it looks like a Live Strong or something like this, honestly. Like one of them,
yeah,
just like yeah.
like a one of those Nike
Yeah,
bands
yeah,
there.
exactly. Boom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, they just call it the wristband for AR, but I want to say it's the wristband for VR right now. But the thing is, the nice thing about it is because that's like an Apple Watch essentially, that can go on the wrist. Actually, no, I'm looking at the prototype right now, and I'll put an image in the on the video version. It just looks like a big ass Apple Watch, so I don't think
Yeah.
I can. I was thinking, can I incorporate that into the glove so it's all in one? I think that would be better. But to be fair and not, to hit the $5.99 or $4.99 prices, we'll stick with the mechanical watch for now that does the same thing. Let's just go with that, you know. But
The
I feel
future
like
versions, yeah, the higher level one, you know.
now, I just want to say to the jury here, the audience who's going to vote on whose idea is better. I had to come up with that one on the spot. That was not planned, so you
Yeah.
can't dock me points for that one. But yeah, so okay, so for you, let's do a quick breakdown. For you, we have haptic feedback and finger tracking on the controllers, and then for me, we'll have force feedback gloves and also the wrist thingy.
Yep.
That's what we'll just call it.
You can finally give somebody the finger and Walkabout.
Yeah, if you have Walkabout. If you have Walkabout, let's move on to the next stage here. And that is the 3 exclusive titles. And because I am so kind, I am gonna give you first pick of the draft. How about to make it fair, we'll do the snake system. So
Yeah.
you pick one, I'll pick one, then I'll pick two, you pick two, blah blah blah. Okay.
I got to be honest, I barely even considered VR IPs in this at all. It's like
Okay.
I got everything. Why would I select the VR IP?
I'm so curious. Okay.
Yeah.
Start off.
You
What is
ready?
your
Number 1,
first pick?
Pokemon. Pokemon. Boom.
I mean, I guess I didn't state VR titles, did I? So there's a loophole right there. Pokemon Go, or what we're talking about here? What kind of Pokemon game?
All right. So there's actually a couple on SideQuest, I think, but basically you just play. It's
You're
like a
just in the
first
world.
person. Yeah, yeah. You're just in the world.
Mm.
It's honestly a pretty easily adapted to VR
Mm-hmm.
IP, I'd say.
I can see that working well, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you're taking Pokemon, the biggest IP in the world.
Yeah,
Like
boom, right?
in,
I mean, you
in
gave me number 1
anything.
pick. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
In
do it.
anything. It's
I'm
better
gonna
than
do it.
Hello Kitty, it's better than Star Wars, it's better than Marvel. It's number 1 grossing ever.
100% what I did was I Googled fifth like highest grossing video game IPs, and I looked at that list and I was like, all right, which ones do I think could
Oh man,
probably
I have
do
to
well
change
in
my
VR?
list now. I have to change my list. Now that
Um,
now that because I was putting actual
yeah,
VR titles in there.
yeah. I get it. I totally get that. I could probably pivot to yours as well. This is probably a miscommunication in our,
That's
you know,
fair.
if this was in business 101, we would have had an assignment sheet really
For
laid out
sure.
all the, yeah, this
I
was,
mean, this was put together
yeah,
yesterday.
very haphazardly, I'd say.
You can
But
say that
yeah,
again.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, Pokemon, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
yeah. You got Zelda, you got Mario. You could do a lot here.
Yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, I don't think Nintendo would give you Zelda or Mario, but Pokemon's not Nintendo, so it's fine. Now I want to challenge you on Pokemon because it's not a real VR game right now. I want to challenge you. How does your haptic feedback or finger tracking work so well with the Pokemon game? Like, why is
Uh,
this a good fit?
my controller features are
Just the best.
uh I mean, they're vaguely not necessary to make the Pokemon game as
Hmm.
good. The Pokemon is selling itself. It don't need no haptic and finger tracking.
Yeah, sure. You
But
could put it on anything
but have you ever wanted to hold a Pokeball?
and
Now
feel the
you can.
weight.
Now you
Mm,
can.
mm. You won't hold it properly with those controllers. I
Or
tell you
ever
now,
wanted
you ain't
to
got no
pet
VR haptic
to
gloves
to pet your Pikachu?
to pet your Pikachu. All right, Pokemon to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
I'm
ever
gonna.
wanted to you ever wanted to give Brock the finger? Now you can.
Hey, I love Brock. The poor guy is always trying to get with a girl, trying to like
Dude,
make
Brock is the
have a girlfriend.
creepiest mofo
He
ever.
is
And
he
I
is a
don't know
bit creepy.
if you've gone back to,
I
yeah,
have.
yeah, it's so freaking
Last
creepy,
year I
dude.
watched the original anime. They only had like the first 59 episodes on Netflix, but yeah, Brock, I always felt sorry for him. Like all he wanted to do was stay in all these different towns with these women. Okay, that sounds a bit weird, but he didn't want to. It's a kids show. It's a kids show. It's a kids show.
Yeah, there's some
He just
lines
wants
in
a
that.
girlfriend. He just wants a
This
girlfriend. He just wants a good girlfriend. Okay, and unfortunately, everyone keeps turning him down, and I feel bad for him. I feel
because he's a
bad for him.
fucking creep, dude. Because
I
he's a
feel
creep.
bad for him. He's such a
He,
nice guy. He's humble. He's a gym leader, but then he doesn't want to leave town because he wants to look after his like cousins or nephews. I can't remember and such. But then he has to leave town and so I
also,
for him
I'm gonna say it now.
better than Misty.
Rock type, not a great Pokemon. No, one
No,
of my
it's
least
terrible.
favorite. One of my least favorite.
I would say rock type is one of my least favorite. I feel like yeah, once we have Julian Techman Jew on the show again, we'll have to have that as a topic of what is the quintessential worst. We'll be like, this is not a VR podcast today
Yeah,
when Julian comes in.
we're just gonna talk about
We're just
everything
gonna
with them,
talk
dude.
about everything.
Joe Rogan of video games.
For sure, for sure. Okay. You say Pokemon. Now I've
Yes,
changed my
yes, yes.
list a little bit because if
We
you
bought
say
you some time.
Pokemon,
Yeah,
I am gonna throw in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
love it.
Whole shebang. All right.
Love it.
Imagine now you gotta think about this, right? You're saying, oh, I can hold a Pokeball. Not with those plastic controllers, you can't. What kind of crap is that? You want some actual proper force feedback gloves that my controllers have. If you're playing as Wolverine, when the what do you call them? Freaking blades come out of his hand.
You feel
You
them.
feel them. You feel them coming out. You feel them. You feel them. Although I guess in VR it'd be quite funny because you'll have the headset on, but outside you'll be like pretending to be Wolverine or someone from Prototype. And then you could also pivot with that. You can put Spider-Man in there because you have the whole cinematic universe. I'm taking it all. If you're taking Pokemon, I'm taking Marvel. All right, Spider-Man. You can
Wait,
fit
wait, wait. Is
webs.
Spider-Man Marvel? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, because
Spider-Man is Marvel, but the
but
movies
he's yeah,
are
yeah, I
Sony. The
gotcha.
movies are Sony. So yeah, you can
All
spray
those
your you
IPs
can
are
spray
so
your webs everywhere, and it feels good.
God. Jenna's gonna love that one.
Oh God.
Moving right
Um,
along.
Yeah, anyway, that's why Spider-Man is gonna be, or
That's a
Spider-Man
good one. Yeah, Marvel.
MCU is gonna be a
Yeah.
hit with those hand feedback
Dude,
controllers. Come
I
on.
missed out on there was like an Iron Man VR or something VR for
That's for
PlayStation, right? Yeah,
PlayStation, yeah,
I
Iron
missed out
Man.
on that. Yeah.
It's actually a top seller. It's a top
Yeah.
seller. They normally bundle their PlayStation VR with Iron Man as well because it's such a big hit. I actually never played it because I didn't have a PlayStation VR when it came out. It came out much later in its life
Yeah.
cycle. But yeah, people regard that as a top game. Top game.
Very
All right.
nice, very nice.
Your Actually it's my pick again because we're doing the snake
Yeah, yeah,
system.
yeah, snakes.
All right, let's get back to an actual proper VR title here. And and I'm going to I've got a little bit of a list in front of me. But continuing on the theme of that force feedback gloves, I'm gonna have to say the climb. I don't have to say the climb. Now I'm not gonna lie, the climb is not one of my favorite games at all. I didn't really like it. It wasn't my type of game, but I know how much people love it. And with those force feedback gloves, you're gonna actually properly feel the sensation of climbing, you know. Um, and I'm gonna have the rights because it's exclusive. I'm gonna make it way better than it actually is. Way better than it actually is. It's gonna have some bouldering in there as well. Um,
Very
yeah,
nice, very nice.
yeah. That is my second pick, the climb. There's not much else to say about that. The climb, it just fits. It's such a fit. It's system seller.
That's a very good one. Very good one.
Mhm.
All right. So those actually, honestly, I don't really talk about this much on this podcast, but one of my favorite genres of video games throughout my life has been racing games.
Mm.
Uh,
I didn't know that either.
yeah, I because they're not very, they're pretty sparse in VR.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like all types of racing game, mostly arcadey. Like honestly, like Flat Out 2,
Mm.
Need for Speed,
Burnout.
and yeah, Burnout, a couple others. But anyway, so I'm taking Need for Speed. I'm moving Need for Speed into a VR
Oh,
title.
you're just taking that
Yeah,
IP.
I'm just taking Need for Speed. Give me that. Mm. You want to run away from the cops? You got it. You want to be a cop? I don't know why. You got it.
Hmm.
Uh, and yeah, I love me some racing games, and there needs to be more racing games in VR. Once again, though, I'll admit,
Hmm.
unless you want to flick off the cops, my controller features don't really aren't really into it. But you got to be comfortable. That comfortable headset, you're going to be able to sit back and drive. Get a wide FOV. You can see where them
Yeah.
cars. You can, you
Yeah.
can. That will definitely
I like that
that'll
as a
help.
pick. The reason why I like that as a pick is because the wide FOV would really sell that game.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing Drive Club, which is more of a simulation-esque on the PlayStation VR when VR first came out for it in 2017. And that was motion sickness 101. Just because the FOV, I can't remember what it was in the PlayStation VR, but it's obviously not 200 degrees. And then you get that blur across you. And when you gotta like fixate your vision forward, like if you move
Right.
left or right, it's just it blurs you out. So an FOV of 200 is going to help it greatly, especially how everything is so clear, you know. But no, I mean we didn't talk about refresh rate. I feel like refresh rate would have been something that is required for that type of game too. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. With a 200-degree FOV, the refresh rate's probably freaking good too. I'm just gonna give you that as a benefit of the doubt. 144 at least, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
Um, for sure. Now, Need for Speed. What Need for Speed? Is there a specific version of Need for Speed that's one
I
of your
mean,
favorites?
this has got to be built up from the ground for VR.
For sure, for sure.
This
But
one,
what would
but
you like? What is your favorite Need for Speed to bring it in?
oh god, what?
I mean, Underground's
Oh
always a
yeah,
favorite.
yeah. I did. Oh man, I crushed Underground in high school.
Oh yeah,
It would be probably between Underground and oh god, what was it? Need for Speed and Hot Pursuit
Hot
2. I
Pursuit.
loved
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit. I
No,
love
Hot
that one.
Pursuit's
Yeah.
my favorite one. Yeah, Hot
No.
Pursuit. I had so much fun in Hot Pursuit. They remade and they put it
Oh
on
yeah, I bought
Switch
it.
the other
Oh
day.
yeah, I think I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't bought it again. But yeah, I just remember when I had that on PlayStation 4 or 3. I
Yeah,
can't
you can get that
remember.
on Steam. Need for Speed
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit 2 remastered. Yep.
It's so much fun. It's such a good game. Yeah. I heard Underground people love it more because of the soundtrack, but
Hmm.
I did like the soundtrack in Hot Pursuit too.
And the
as well.
customizing, yeah, it was just like a time where like there was like that when Fast and Furious was like, you know, you wanted
Yeah,
to be
but that was
like
a
a street
time.
racer and all that. Yeah.
That was at the time where those racing games shined. You had those
Yeah.
type of games. You had Midnight Dub Edition that Rockstar put up. You put Burnout 3, Burnout, Takedown, and then I didn't really like Burnout Paradise, I'm not gonna lie, the open world one, but I
Hmm.
love Burnout 1, 2, and 3. I think Burnout Crash was another one, which was like a side note. Shout out to Kimberly, by the way, who did her top 3 flat screen games as well, and one of them was Burnout 3, which I totally forgot about because I haven't played it for years. I wonder how that plays now. I'm pretty sure I can get that on like a simulator. And
And at the end of the show, I thought about that question a bit more. So
the top 3 flat 3.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
we'll go back to that. Okay, cool. Okay, so you have Pokemon and Need for Speed as your 2 big IPs so far. As the Snake System goes, it's you again. What is your third and final pick?
All right.
This cheeky laugh. What the hell is this guy gonna say?
All right. The Samsung VR HMD is teaming up with Lin-Manuel Miranda to bring you the first ever Broadway musical built for VR.
A
Hamilton.
Broadway.
Hamilton VR.
Oh, I
Can't
like
go to
that.
New York City? Throw on that headset and enjoy Hamilton VR.
So yeah, so you get I guess musicals would be, you can't have that as an exclusive, but Hamilton as an exclusive, you can only watch it in.
In
I don't know
yeah,
what you're gonna call your headset, by the way. I don't think we thought about names.
yeah,
but,
me
but
neither.
yeah, but I didn't think about names. But that's a good pick. Hamilton is massive, huge on Disney Plus, and it's touring at the moment. Came in Vancouver last month. I didn't watch
Yeah, it
it.
was in Boston recently too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're touring around. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pick. Especially if your headset's coming out like this year. I think if your headset came out in a few years' time, I don't think no one care. But like,
I'd pick a new one. I'd pick a new whatever's hot.
whatever's
Whatever's
hot at
hot.
the time. Whatever's hot at the time. Man, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I didn't think of that, but okay. So my third pick is, I mean, because of my magnetic interchangeable head straps that need all these type of titles, I'm taking Supernatural. Supernatural is now mine, and I'm gonna make it
Dude,
even better.
side note, one of my good friends who I grew up with, he was randomly hit me up. He's like, "Yo, how's Supernatural?" And I was like, "Oh boy." Well, let me tell you, I much prefer to just play Synth Riders, but my co-host, all about Supernatural,
Love it.
loves it.
Love
And
it.
what I did, since I did the to get that year subscription, I've got the guest
Mm-hmm.
passes. So I sent them like, I was like, "Yo, if you want to
Oh,
try it
sick.
out for 30 days, here you go." And speaking of, I've got 4 left. I forgot I get like 5 a month. So if
Mm-hmm.
anybody wants to try Supernatural out there, get in our Discord, message me,
For
and
sure.
I've got 4 more for this month if you want 30 days of
Of
Supernatural for
Supernatural.
free. Yeah.
For
Anyway, go
sure.
on. Sorry.
Yes. Supernatural. Okay, this is what I'm gonna change.
The FCC might not
Exclusive.
like this though.
Exclusive, but it's no subscription. No subscription. In fact, it's even a pack-in game. That's how much I care about your fitness. You, the one who's eating noodles right now.
Listen, it's 9:30 at night. I've got to eat dinner sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, so no subscription fee. This is gonna be exclusively funded by the Let's Talk Oculus. I'm stealing this show's name as well. That's what the headset's branded above. The
Meanwhile, I
LTO
got the
headset.
shirt on.
You got the, yeah, sure. I'm not wearing the shirt. That's true. It's too hot to wear the shirt. The shirt is like slightly small for me, so it's just too hot to wear it right now.
Muscle
Um,
tee.
Muscle T, exactly. Yeah, I'm taking Supernatural, and because of the force feedback gloves and the way you can hold different items and the controllers know what you're holding, we're gonna bring some kettlebells into there. There's gonna be some kettlebell workouts. It's gonna be maybe dangerous, but there's gonna be some kettlebell workouts in there. Some kettlebell swings, some kettlebell over the head presses.
Some
Some kettlebell
squats. Yeah.
squats and kettlebell deadlifts. maybe even some kettlebell lunges. And because of the force feedback gloves, which I forget to mention, they have cameras on. Just throwing that in.
Just gonna slip that in.
They can be tracked wherever you are. They can do. The headset doesn't need to see it. It knows. It knows where it is.
I can't wait to see the
drawings.
picture. Where these cameras is.
What is that hole phobia? I can't remember what that hole phobia is. You know, when you see loads of holes together,
Yeah.
I feel like because I'll have cameras everywhere. No. I'm gonna draw.
It'll look like a spider.
I'm gonna draw my hand on a piece of paper and then draw it over it. And yeah, it'll be a work of art. In fact, the podcast might be delayed a few hours.
Turkey.
Just to make sure that these pictures make it to print, you know?
Just I'm not doing mine at night, I'll be honest. So.
No. Or maybe that's a good idea. You should do it at night. It'd be more funny. Just do it in the dark, pitch black. Just draw blindfolded, opposite hand. Just go like that. All right. So what was your 3 games again? I forget. Can you read them out?
Pokemon, Need for Speed, and Hamilton VR.
Hamilton VR, beautiful. And then I have Supernatural, the Climb series, and I have the MCU. That Wolverine game is going to be sick, and the Spider-Man game is going to be sick. And
I'm almost like picturing
game. And your force feedback gloves get heavier because you're the Hulk. I don't know how that will work. Ignore that feature. That's like something futuristic.
Even like what were those like the fighting games like Capcom versus
Marvel?
You know, Marvel. Yeah. Like even like that would be pretty freaking cool.
I would. This is not exclusive, but just I've said this on the show way back before. But I think if I ever become like a VR developer, the first thing I'm making is a VR arcade where you can load these retro games like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, and you can walk into an arcade and play this.
It's emu VR.
Yeah, I know, but I want it official. Actually, I can never make that official, can I? Because it's using ROMs.
Yeah, it's using. Yeah, you can't do this.
All right.
Yeah, you can, but you might go to jail or something. Yeah.
Well,
you're out of the country, whatever. You're good.
Yeah. I pay my taxes somewhere else now. Yeah. Okay. So, let's give a quick rundown because the podcast listeners are thinking I've lost all this information. Samson, give me a quick rundown. What is your 3 key? Actually, wait. We've got one more thing to do.
Yeah, but we can give the rundown before that.
Okay. Give the rundown.
3 key hardware features. I've got micro OLED lenses, emphasize on the darks and the bright lights, wide FOV, 200 degrees. You can look left and right. It's wider than you can normally see.
It's wider than my headset for sure.
Yeah, and balanced weight, simple on off.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And then controllers, haptics. Gotta have haptics. Better than Quest haptics. Not quite your glove haptics, I suppose.
Your PlayStation haptics, basically.
Yeah. And finger tracking on the controllers. Mm-hmm. I haven't figured out quite how a lot
of birdie is going to be shown to people in population 1. I'm just saying that.
And you can drink your tea, the British way with the when in doubt, pinky out. Yeah.
Is that the British way? I feel like I was just me doing that. But I guess so. I do that all the time. I do that all the time. When I'm drinking whiskey, I'm doing the same thing. The finger's already up.
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe it's people with big hands. I don't know.
I don't know. I got tiny hands, and I don't know what you people have. And then my 3 games: the Pokemon, Need for Speed, and Hamilton VR. Which actually the wide FOV probably pretty clutch with the musical.
For sure. If you
want to sit up front.
For sure. And then there's some great drawings that you've put on. You can see that on the YouTube version. That's why a good way to look the YouTube. You gotta see these drawings. They look so great. Artistic representations of the actual product.
Yeah. Not drawn by a 5-year-old at all.
Yeah, not drawn to scale. So my 3 key features are the magnetic interchangeable head strap, vision correction, and airflow. The 2 key features for the controllers are force feedback gloves and the wrist thingy. And the 3 exclusive titles are
the official name.
Supernatural, The Climb, and the MCU. Perfect. So we go on to our final category, which is, well, not category, just some, yeah, sure, category. The one key way you're going to market it so it's better than mine. How are you going to market this? What is this biggest system seller? Like, how are you going to push this to the masses?
All right. We've got a TV spot, and my ad will be emphasizing the finger tracking controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you've
How
got
you going?
is
Wait. Stop. First of all, what time is your TV spot? Is it after 9 p.m.? And how do you emphasize these finger tracking?
bro, I'm about to describe my commercial. All right.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah. I haven't done the marketing budget.
Elaborated.
I don't know. Maybe we got the Super Bowl spot. All right. If
Whoa.
crypto can get it, I can get it.
Whoa.
Is all right. Beautiful beach location. Empty beach. Camera pans out. You see one person on a knee, the other with hands over their face in excitement. A ring comes out. Camera zooms in right on their hands. A ring is put on the standing person's finger. Other person gets up. They hug one another. And a narrator says, from 3,000 miles apart, you can now put a ring on it.
Wow. Bro, I clap for that. He's been to business school, folks. He's been to business. That was way more than I was thinking. Holy crap. A full-on commercial idea. We got like a storyboard for this as well.
I don't know. I was just like doing laundry, and it came to my head, and that's when I asked you. I was like, "Is this like an ad you want?" I don't know, because I just came up with this one. I don't know.
Wow, very good. So basically, someone getting engaged, on a
In VR
beach
from
in
from
VR
far apart. Yeah.
during the Super Bowl. Sure. I mean, all my budget's blown on the stupid force feedback gloves and the risk thingy, so I don't have any budget for no ads. So I got no ads. Man, I don't even know where to begin now. I don't even know what should I say. How can I top that?
I blew it. Drop the mic.
Wow, man. You know, sometimes it doesn't matter how good or bad your headset is. If your marketing's up to par, you know, fine. Jesus Christ. Wow. I should have gone first. Mine looks like crap now. I was just... Wow. Okay. But okay, so what I was gonna say, I guess it sounds crap. Mine sounds so crap. I was just gonna say, basically, because my main oh gosh, my main selling point is obviously the magnetic interchangeable head strap, and the vision correction, I would say, is another two key features. I was going to make sure that my headset is available in all of these type of stores. For example, the headset you can try on at your local gym. So you can try on, and it has the head strap for the gym, so you can try on a workout. When you go to Specsavers, I don't know if you have Specsavers in US. We do have them in Canada now, in the UK. Whatever your like eye exam places are.
I gotcha. Yeah.
You go to your
Yeah.
eye exam places. Oh, try this. Try the Dan's VR headset, which has vision correction. And they were going to use this, as vision correction. Let's do this one. What else could you do? Oh, man, you're going to the cinema. Big blockbuster movie, the MCU. They've just released the Avengers, Kong's Dynasty, or whatever it's called. The Avengers come out. Oh, tickets are sold out. You get to the cinema, tickets are all sold out. Don't worry. Enter our VR room where you can put the VR headset on in our movie mode, and you can watch it in VR that way. And then you can test out the headset that way as well. So that's how I'd market it. I would put it all in these, with all these different type of head straps that you can buy for all these different purposes. I will put it into those brick and mortar stores that already exist.
I like
that's
it.
how
There aren't Specsavers in the US.
No, they are just open in Canada like recently.
Yeah, when I read the wiki, I see Jersey, and I was like, "Oh, like New Jersey," and apparently Jersey is an island.
Is an island, yeah.
Yeah, so
In
I've learned this.
not below the UK, because I guess it's part of the UK. I assume.
Yeah, it's
But
south of the main UK.
after you,
Of England, yeah.
south of England,
Yeah.
basically you have to take a ferry to Jersey. Jersey, I think you can run around the whole island in like 1 hour. It's that small. I know a guy from Jersey actually. It was very weird, but yeah, I know a guy from Jersey.
Yeah.
He was a funny person. I lived with him in the second year of uni. But big out, big up, whatever. I forgot his name. Don't even know who he was anymore. But yeah, big up Jersey guy. But yeah, wow. Okay, there we go. There is our.
It was fun.
That was fun. That was really fun. So now it's over to you, the audience. Please vote. And the way to vote is either, if you've made it this far, either go on the Discord or go onto YouTube and just comment my name, Dan, or Samson, or just say or describe us, the one with the LTO, the one who's like sweating buckets here because he's
I look pale as a
90
ghost. My lighting is terrible, but yeah.
yeah, anything like that. See who wins. If you want to give a reason why someone wins, that would be great. But if not, just put the name down and we'll tally the votes. And maybe next week we'll read them out. But just for bragging rights this time. But maybe we'll do a contest like this in the future where we will have actual stakes,
Yeah. We'll write out the assignment.
Yeah. We'll do full on, we'll do it in VR. We'll do it in big screen. So it would have to be like
make a PowerPoint.
Make a full on PowerPoint, yeah, with a pointer. You gotta have a pointer. You gotta have a good pointer. For sure. All right, cool.
Shall I do? So I've got two lists. I'm not gonna lie. I've got favorite 2D games, and then like what I consider the best 2D games in my opinion. Right? Slightly different.
Okay, yeah. So just before you say that, just context. This is from last week's episode, the last question. I put you on the spot. What is your favorite? I want to do this too now. Favorite 2D game. So favorite 2D games.
You got time. I got 6 games here. Yeah.
Favorite 2D games, and then you'll think that what you think is the best.
The best. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Got it.
Because honestly, I was like, I freaking love Among Us, but there's no way I think of Among Us as like
it's not. It's not the best game ever made.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So my favorite games, Among Us up there, brings people together, so much fun. Cannot wait. Hopefully I get in the beta, or at the very least cannot wait for the game to come out in VR. Number 2, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped.
Yeah, Warped is so good.
Chef's kiss.
So good. Did you play you played the remaster, right?
Oh yeah. And I mean all 3 of them, I love them all, and just chef's kiss. Love me some Bandicoot. Honestly, probably should have taken that IP, but and then number 3, Tony Hawk Underground 2.
Well, I just downloaded that on the PlayStation because it's free this month. Yeah.
Bro,
that soundtrack alone is dope. It's so good.
Friggin' love me some Tony Hawk. Just crushing, just like high scores. So many tricks into a manual, into a grind, into just connecting everything, and it's just so arcadey. Love it. Never got into the skate games.
Really?
Yeah, because they just felt too real. I was like, I want to be able to. I want to do a million. I want to. Yeah. I've seen this.
Sorry, what was your first one again? Because I was writing my own list while you're saying.
Yeah. So my favorite 2D games: Among Us, Crash, Tony Hawk.
Okay, I've just wrote mine, so I would say, because I changed it from what you did yesterday, because I've actually remembered some as the week's gone. My favorite game, Gears of War 2, still up there as one of my favorite games ever.
It's on my best list.
Yeah, The Last of Us is actually, I mean, behind me I have Last of Us stuff everywhere. If you're watching the video podcast, that's Last of Us, that's Last of Us, that's Last of Us. That's the infected in Last of Us, and then behind my head, well, the sun's in its way, but that's more Last of Us. So, and if I had a Last of Us vinyl, it would probably be on the right.
I was gonna say, what's your vinyl over there?
I have Public Enemy at the top, signed by Chuck D. I saw him in Vancouver. And then I have Tears for Fears, The Hurting, and then I have Pearl Jam 10.
Nice.
They're not like, I mean, Pearl Jam 10 is probably one of my favorite albums, but like the other two are just albums I really like. But yeah. So anyway, sorry. Favorite 2D games: Ape Escape, which I just recently downloaded again for the PS5. Freaking love Ape Escape. I actually was playing it the other day and I was like, wow, this game doesn't hold up as much, but I still love it. I still love it so much. It's a game that I fell in love with gaming, to be honest. Ape Escape was always my favorite, and it came to PS5 recently, and I was buzzing.
Did they remake it, or is like it's
No,
just
they
the
kind of
OG
upresed it
one?
a bit, but it's the
Yeah,
OG one. But because they've got like these backwards compatible stuff, right? This is the
yeah,
first time I've ever played Ape Escape since I was a kid, and I was like, oh my
yeah.
gosh. I was playing it, I was like, this is not as good as I remember, but it's still I'm still having the best time. Yeah, Ape Escape, The Last of Us, and Gears of War 2 is my favorite 2D games. On
Nice.
to you with the best 2D games.
Yeah, my best. All right, Gears 2.
Hmm.
Just oh man, it's hard to get better than that. GTA 3. One of the it like
Wow.
brought me in. It hooked me into GTA, and it's probably not the best GTA out there, but
Mm.
that was that was the one that got me into the series.
To
And
be fair, it's
yeah,
either that, San Andreas, or Vice City for a lot of people as to get them into the series because that was all
yeah,
the same kind of
yeah,
era, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And then Pokemon Blue, one of the first games that really I was probably ever addicted
Mm.
to.
Oh man, now I want to do a full top 10 list. I forgot about Pokemon. Jesus Christ. This is like I forgot about GBA. I forgot about Game Boy games
Yeah.
completely. Um,
And if
wow.
anybody's wondering,
Wow.
it's probably an unpopular opinion. I'm a Squirtle guy.
You're a Squirtle guy? No, I'm a Squirtle guy too. I used to
Yeah.
have when I was a kid. I was a very chubby kid, I'm not gonna lie, but I have a picture of myself. I was in Australia and I had a picture with a Blastoise sweatshirt,
Love it.
looking sick.
Love it.
This
Love it.
massive sweater, and I was like, yes, yes. No, I was definitely a squirrel. I still, even if I play the originals today, I will still pick. I do like. I think the water type is my favorite. I feel like we'll talk about this more and think about
Yeah,
it
we'll
more
get
when
it.
we've got
Yeah.
Tech Man in. But yeah. I feel like the I was about to say we've now drifted from VR, but I feel like the OGs are still
Listen,
listening.
yeah, if you made it this far,
Yeah,
you're
you don't
in it.
mind. You don't mind
Yeah.
at all. Okay, I would say my best 2D games. This is without thinking too much, but I would still say Super Mario Galaxy, which I said before, Portal 2, which I said last week as well, but Pokemon Silver is what yeah.
Nice.
Pokemon Yellow is my favorite, my first ever Pokemon, but Pokemon Silver, I think I was just a little bit older and I actually finished that game and I still have it to this day.
Wild.
Um, yeah, I still have it, and it's a shiny cartridge as well,
Yeah.
which is nice. I mean, they always did that, you know. They had the red cartridge, the blue, green, and then the obviously they had the yellow, but then they had a shiny one for silver. And Pokemon Silver. If you buy the remastered version for Nintendo DS, it goes for like 100 to $200.
Gee,
It's called Soul Silver, and then there's Heart Gold, which is obviously the other version. But yeah, it goes for a lot of money if you want it like in the box and such
that's
with the
obscene.
DS, which is mad. And
That's
I think
obscene.
it came with like a Pokeball where you could like train your Pokemon with the steps that you get. Um,
That's
but I was well far from Pokemon when that came out, unfortunately. But yeah, um, but yeah, there we go. There is our no, it's been a different podcast today, right? We had listener
yeah.
mail. We did no news. We had no games coming out this week because there is not really any news. There's not really game coming out this week. One news, actually, I want to say
We
Among
could
Us
talk about
beta.
what we played if we wanted, and you could throw it in the beginning of the podcast. I don't know.
Well, I was about to say the Among Us beta. You can sign up. I would sign up if I was you. I've signed up. You've signed up. Empire Monkey signed up. I'm pretty sure Kimberly signed up in the
Hmm.
Discord. Yeah. Did you want to anything? Yeah. Do you want to wrap up with what you've been playing?
Yeah, I played a couple games. I hopped back into Blade and Sorcery for a little bit, chopped off some heads, had some fun.
Mhm.
Um, the game just looks so great. And then weird one, Forklift Operator. Surprisingly kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
What
You just
like is it on
you
PC VR?
literally
You just
yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
sit down.
It's a 2D game, I think, that they've it's got VR support. And yeah, you just sit there. You got your little knob that makes
Hmm.
the thing go up and down or
Hmm.
tilt. You got another knob that makes it tilt up or down. And then you got your drive and your reverse button, and you got a little steering wheel. Honestly, it doesn't make me want a steering wheel, but it'd be a little bit more immersive
But
with
you're
the
about to
steering
say
wheel.
it makes me want to be a
Yeah.
forklift driver, and I was like, wow,
No, not
that's a big
necessarily.
statement
No.
right there.
Yeah. I feel qualified though, for sure. Now I do
To
feel
be a
qualified.
forklift, yeah. Now that you've driven quite a lot, I was about to say only in VR that would work so well, but actually, I remember because we spoke about GTA 3 in GTA San Andreas, there was a mission where you had a forklift and you had to just lift these crates and put them in the van or something like that. I remember being so fun, and then you just drive off the forklift and you just going like, I don't know, 30 miles per hour on the highway, but you're like, this is sick. Just lifting people up.
You know, I random just read an article this week about a lady in Florida who was drunk with Jack Daniels driving a golf cart on 95, which is a major highway, in the
Oh,
center lane, and a truck sort of helped guide her to the side, like by blocking her path,
yeah.
and tried to take the bottle and the keys, and she tried to drive away, but he stopped her. And I'm sure she got like a DUI and like a resisting arrest or something like
For
this.
sure. For sure.
But just I can't imagine somebody driving on the middle lane of the highway in a freaking golf cart.
Oh, so it's funny, but also so
There's the driver's
dangerous.
ed. There's the driver's ed.
That's a
Presley.
driver's ed right there. Holy moly! So what is the educational part of that?
Yeah. The,
Don't.
keep it on the course.
I feel like, to be fair, if you're gonna get a DUI, that might be the safest way because you're only going so much of a speed. But I guess you
Yeah.
could easily topple over and then be in a
Yeah.
highway that's going, do you do it in miles in US or is it in kilometers an hour?
Miles.
Miles. So you're going what, 70, 80
On the
miles per hour?
highways? Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Easy.
So she's going like 10
Yeah, she's going quite a small percentage
or
of what people are
5. I don't
going on
even know
this highway.
how.
Yeah.
Holy
It's like
moly,
a
that is
major
wild.
highway. It ain't like a small route. It's like 95 goes Maine to Florida. Like
Wow. Wow. And she just ended up. I can't believe she made it to the middle without someone like stopping
that's what
her.
I mean. It's crazy. She's in the middle lane. Like
Yeah.
also, why are you in the middle lane? You're not passing anybody.
That's another driver's ed. Don't be
Yeah.
one of those slow people in the middle lane. People
Yeah.
honking. Yo, get in the right.
Jiminy
Get in the
crickets.
right.
Jiminy crickets.
All right, all right. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that show. Actually that was really fun having like a topic like that. I think we
Yeah.
should have more than that, more of these for sure. All right. Once again, if you listening on the audio, check out the video version for these drawings because I'm sure. I mean, I don't know what they look like yet, but I'm sure they're amazing. Yeah, and definitely join us on Discord. That's the definitely. If you don't have Discord, sign up because it's fun. And even if you don't know how to use it, because I had no clue, and I think Jenna had no clue as well in the Discord, but we'll teach you, we'll help you. It's
Yeah.
a really good way to connect with fellow people with the same interests, I guess. But yeah, awesome. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Peace out, everybody, and choose me. Choose me.